Up next, we got My Boyfriend Likes It When I Dress Like Animals. Okay. And this is by Minute Videos. Click the clack. Hunter is back. Plus the best is back. Boom.
Before I knew it, he pulled out a collar and wraps. He slammed my hands to the edge of the bed and began clamping it so tightly it hurt. Ouch! I don't want this anymore, I pleaded. Most kids are nerds no matter what, deep down. Nerds over sports, TV shows, and everything in between. For me, it was cartoons and Japanese animations. I was in love with everything art and cartoon related. I even drew my own comics and dabbled in cosplay. Through this hobby, I met a lot of online friends. Young, old, male, female, you name it. Then I met him. The man who would steal my childhood and destroy my mental state for years to come.
Oh, wow.
A friend of mine approached me with 2 tickets to my very first anime convention, and boy was I ecstatic to go. I had always wanted to attend a convention. It's like Halloween, but with cool cartoons and lots of artwork. I spent most of the weeks approaching the day practically bouncing off the walls with excitement. Little did I know how much this day would haunt me in the future. Most of the day...
Commercial break.
Baseball is back. Catch the action live with YouTube TV.
I don't like baseball. I used to, but not anymore.
Most of the day was pretty uneventful.
Football and basketball.
Just pictures, panels, foods, whatever. But this was when I was introduced to a man who we'll call Frank. He was a quirky guy dressed as a feline anime villain. And wow, was he the most beautiful person on the planet. A girl who I had been hanging out with for some time took me to introduce us, and we hit it off instantly. We traded numbers, and I left feeling like I was on cloud 9. After all, an older guy had finally noticed me. I must have been so cool for him to even look my way. We started texting, and this is where things started to turn sour. It started off innocently, but little things began happening over time. He would encourage me to do all sorts of strange things, like dress up in animal costumes with him, where he would proceed to tell me how cute and adorable I looked in those outfits. Not that that was already weird. He then started telling me to do all sorts of strange things.
Okay, it's not that kind of... It's not that bad, but it is kind of weird. And strange.
In them, even when they hurt. It felt so wrong, but the attention he gave me when I did what he said drew me in. I finally felt wanted by someone. By him. We began having phone calls and video calls all the time. The thrill and excitement I got from his attention slowly turned into an obsession. I felt like I needed his validation, but he never seemed satisfied. Things only began to escalate the more I would give in to his demands. Eventually, he gave me rules. He would demand I put on my costume before speaking to my master, with outlandish tasks like lick yourself clean or go sit in the corner until you behave.
Wow.
I would sometimes sit there for hours until I could no longer feel my legs, but somehow I would always just listen because I didn't want to disappoint him. I really...
You know, it's okay to say no. And it's okay to disappoint somebody if you're not comfortable with what you're doing.
I didn't want to listen to him anymore. I didn't want to let him control what I did. Eventually, I began answering his calls less and less, and I think he could tell because he started to retaliate. Things just got worse from there. He began venting to me, which turned into miserable rants, saying he'd harm himself if I ever left him.
Oh, wow.
I became so frightened of
He's one of those. Okay.
what he would do that I couldn't go on without him and harm myself too. But he encouraged this behavior and little by little began to dominate my thoughts, telling me I was nothing without him because he was my master and he knew best.
Okay.
Despite all this, all I could think about was when I would get to text him again. When I would get my next fix.
Wow.
My grades had fallen and I had...
So now she got addicted to it. Being treated like an animal. Okay. That's crazy. Ladies, don't let no man control you and tell you what to do and all that other crazy crap. And real strange animal costumes and lick yourself and, don't do it.
I had lost control of my own thoughts and what was best for me. He would say predatory, provocative things to me that make me too nauseous to even repeat. He'd buy me dirty videos and describe them to me in full detail, telling me what he wanted to do to me and my outfits. And I ate it all up. I felt older, mature. For the first time, I felt like an adult that was loved and wanted.
Okay. You don't want that type of love, girl. Jeez.
Grammarly helps make your writing clear and concise, no matter where you are. With Grammarly on your computer and phone, you always have an expert writing assistant.
You definitely don't want that type of love.
One day, we had finally planned to meet in person, and I was ecstatic. He took me to a hotel room where we were going to stay with another friend. We were supposed to all go to a college party together, but instead, Frank insisted we stay in together. As soon as his friend left, he plopped a bag on the bed and demanded I open it. I was horrified to pull out what seemed like a cat outfit. It had ears, a tail, the whole spiel. "Put it on," he said, grinning. I was beginning to get worried, but still, I obliged. It only got worse from there. My heart was pounding, and I didn't know what he wanted to do with me in this ridiculous outfit. Before I knew it, he pulled out a collar and shackles. He slammed my hands to the edge of the bed and began clamping it so tightly it hurt. "Ouch! I don't want this anymore," I pleaded. "Stay right there and be a good girl. I'm going to go get some tools in my car," he said so smugly. Tools? I was not ready to find out what those were needed for. I was so terrified and didn't know what to do. All I knew was that I had to get out. The second he walked out of the room, I sprung straight into action. I started biting at the shackles wrapped around my wrists as hard as possible, anything to get one piece loose. To my luck, it started to move and buckle open, and I was able to break free. I didn't even care
You got some cheap ass shackles. But that's a good thing.
to grab any of my things and ran straight for the door, tripping on everything in sight. I didn't even take the lift and instead sprinted down the stairs, barely catching a step as I rushed to the bottom floor and out through the back exit of the hotel. I ran for what seemed like an eternity until I finally arrived at my house. Once I got to the door, I could barely insert my keys into the keyhole as my arms were shaking uncontrollably. Once I got the door open, I stumbled up the stairs all the way into my bedroom. And then I broke down crying. I sobbed until I could no longer shed any more tears and just sat there. I saw my phone light up. He had blown me up with a bunch of angry messages and tried calling me over.
Better delete that dude, jeez. No, not delete. Delete and block this dude. And change your number. Just in case.
30 times. I didn't want to pick up, but I was so scared
Change
of
your
him,
social media.
of my master. So I picked up. "How dare you embarrass me?"
You know what? You deserve to get whatever you.
"You made a fool of me today, and you didn't listen to my demands.
Wow.
Get back here right now, or..."
I swear to God, if she goes back, I'm done. I'm ending this reaction. I swear to God. I'm getting into this. Like, I'm getting really into this. Okay. Let's see what happened. Will she stay at her house or will she go to this loser? Let's find out.
"Or you're going to regret ever leaving me after what I'm going to do to you." I pleaded and pleaded for him to forgive me, but he just wasn't having it, so I grew very, very scared of him. I didn't know what he'd do to me, or even my family for that matter. He knew where I lived, and I didn't know where else I could run and hide. I felt
What a shame.
The NBA playoffs are here. Stream the action live with YouTube TV.
Felt so lost and helpless until I finally caved and told my parents what was going on.
Okay,
I
good.
ran into their room, crying my heart out, and explained the entire situation to them. I didn't want to tell them sooner in fear that they would cut off all my communication with him. It really didn't occur to me how much I had become his puppet until the moment I needed my parents. I didn't expect my parents to be so supportive and relieved that I had told them rather than...
Well, of course your parents gonna be supported. Come on now. Well, you got some parents that don't give a crap, so yeah. But you're one of the lucky ones. Your parents do care about you and your safety and your well-being. Yes, sir.
keep it a secret. So we worked together and called the police and filed a restraining order against Frank so that he could never come near me again. It was like an extremely heavy weight had been lifted off my shoulders.
Yes, sir.
After a painful year of recovery and deconditioning myself from his way of thinking, I started to shine through the cocoon I had built around myself. I started wearing what I wanted. I stopped thinking so little of myself, and I even met a boy my age who has stuck by me for almost 2 years and has helped me recover. I made friends. I graduated with straight A's and got into a good college. I was finally me again. The storms glued to my side like a parasite had vanished, and I could finally move forward with a clear vision of who I was and who I was meant to be. Though I still feel that pull sometimes, that urge to see his face, I have people who can help me recover and help me move forward.
Okay. That was good. That was really good. I got in so into that. Because I swear to God, I was going to stop this freaking reaction. She went back to him. But that's good. She did. Told her parents, got a restraining order. Yeah. Ladies, don't let no guy make you their puppet. I don't care how in love you ain't with this guy or whatever. Don't do it. Hope you guys enjoy Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'm your host, Share25. This was my boyfriend liked it when I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. I'm your host, Share25. This was my boyfriend liked it when I dressed like animals. This was by Minute Videos. Original video will be down in the description, as well as Minute Videos channel link will be down in the description as well. Go check out the videos and crazy stories, man. Crazy stories around the world. Road to 1500.